Club, and we have a special guest with us this morning, Miss Faith Evans. Good morning, Faith.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I am awesome.
Is it Faith Evans or just Faith? Because we always just call you Faith, but
Faith Evans.
Faith
Actually, well, my artist name.
right, your artist name.
It's both though. That's
It's
my real name and my artist name. But yeah, actually, my first album, we had to make sure it was Faith Evans because I think it may have been Faith Hill at the time.
Right.
She was gonna come out as Faith, so we both obviously had to.
You're like,
add
that's
our
my
last
real name, though, so I'm not going to switch it up.
Right. Well, welcome. How was everything?
Everything is great. I'm excited. Just in town doing some work, promoting my new project. Yeah, my new single, my new album, Incomparable.
Now, what makes you still want to continue to sing? Because obviously you're financially good, and is it the love? Is it you feel like something's missing out there, or is it you just bored and just want to do something? What is
Bored.
which one
I
is
don't
it?
think anybody sings because
Well,
Well,
could
no,
be.
I mean, singing itself is something that I've just been doing since I could talk.
That's your
But
life.
the actual art and the craft that I've developed as an artist, just the whole process of making a project is still exciting to me. Although on the other end, the money is not the same in the recording business.
Right.
But I've been able to take my blessings from that and to transfer them into other lanes of entertainment and still be happy about going in the studio and recording. I'm actually really excited
You
about
still
my
enjoy
album,
it?
despite whatever sales it may generate. You know what I mean?
gonna
But
do
I'm
well.
just happy that I have an awesome album, and I'm
Right.
really excited for my fans to hear it.
But it
So,
still excites you because
It does.
you were at a time when budgets were amazing and videos
This
were
is very
amazing
true.
and wardrobe was amazing.
it's not the same. It was so not the same.
So so you still
I
enjoy
got
it.
my 6 suitcases right in the hallway.
I know,
that
we were like,
just
who's
rolled
got all
them. We
them
just all
suitcases?
rolled them up in here, But I know that I'm people. There's an audience of people out there that like what I do as well. I actually enjoy creating music. I really do. It certainly sucks that there's no record stores. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
the
The business is
commercial
so
side
different.
again is different.
Right.
But I'm happy that people still embrace what I do and connect with whatever it is, whether it's my songs, my story, how I handle something. I know that there are people out there that are touched by what I do. So.
That's incredible because you've always been very relatable, especially in a time where there was no Twitter, no Instagram, no personal media.
I'm so
no
glad
social
that wasn't
media.
around back
I know
then.
you are. Because you probably would have been flipping on Twitter and on Instagram. But for some reason, people really felt like they knew you anyway. And that's a hard connection, I think, to make with people where they feel like, okay, Faith is like my home girl. People really felt like that.
That's a good thing. For me, it's a good thing because I'm good people. I'm
Right.
cool, thankfully.
I'm good people. Just so you
But it could definitely be a double-edged sword. But I see it as a blessing because what you see is what you get. I'm pretty much always the same person.
How do you manage to
so-
stay so grounded, especially, during a time when you blew up and obviously you were getting money already, then all of a sudden you were thrust into the limelight just because, not just of your abilities, but also because of your personal life. Everything was just put out there for everybody to see, everybody to comment on. It was the subject of songs, it was the subject of documentaries, and it still goes on now. How do you manage to stay so grounded?
Well, because I know me. I'm very comfortable with who I am. I know that it's a blessing to be here in this entertainment world and to still be have people that want to hear me. But to add to that, all of the different trials and ups and downs that I've gone through to still be here. I think it's a blessing. It certainly makes me an example of the fact that you can certainly still be standing. I've certainly been through a lot, and I know there's a lot of people in the world that have been through a lot, but to have to go through those things and be in this industry and have children and still have to kind of keep it all together. I don't know. It's nothing but God. I know that has allowed me to be able to keep it together. But, having my friends and my family and always, just trying to be the same person. Like I said, I used to tell them back in the day, like, make sure you let me know if I ever start to be different. That was never my plan, but
shut me down.
Exactly. But, I never found it a struggle to be that way.
Now you also produced R&B Divas, the first. Do you still produce it even though you're not on it anymore?
Oh yeah, me and Nikki Gilbert are creators and executive producers of the show. We don't have any creative input in what you see though, but the credit and the check, yeah.
Did you enjoy doing that, being on the show?
It was okay. I actually relented because I was never supposed to be a cast member. I just wanted to help my friend and help us get our show sold. But to sell the show, of course, they asked me to be a part of it because, it was a name that people kind of were more familiar with.
You knew they were going to do that, though.
Well, no, I didn't. I was like, I'll be a narrator. I had a whole plan of being a voiceover person. That was never my plan because I'm just not like that. I knew they weren't going to come in my house, all that stuff. So, I mean, I'm like, if that's what you want, you definitely don't want me. But, you know, I said I would do it under those conditions that I did. And it was cool, but I don't really like being away from my house and my kids, like, for extended period. So that part of it, you know, made it a little difficult. But, you know, I knew that mommy's coming home with some coins.
Where do you stay now?
Some coins.
I live in L.A.
You live in L.A., okay.
Yeah, I've been there for 10 years.
So what's Faith's day-to-day? You know, we used to see Faith all the time, and you know, you were always connected with Big. You had your own career, but you were connected with Big. So what's Faith's day-to-day in life like now?
Well, I wake up at 3:50 to go work out at 4:30.
Well, okay.
I'm usually back home by a little bit before 6 to get my little one up to get him ready for school. And he leaves at 8 o'clock. And after that is emails, calls, meetings. I'm actively taking meetings, pitching TV stuff. Now that I'm done with the album and all that, because that was kind of consuming me for the last 6 months. But I'll take meetings like probably 3 times a week and pick my kids up from school, go drop off lunch money, all that crap.
Yeah.
Drop off lunch money.
You know, most
They
of the
still
time.
do that? Because your kids don't got credit cards?
My kids get lunch money every day. Yeah, lunch money. Now, do you ever, and this is going to be a crazy question, but do you ever get tired of being connected to Big?
Oh, no.
Not at all, because, I mean, it's...
You still own his estate, though, and are in control of his estate, right?
Well, his mom and I are co-administrators of his estate, yes. But no, I mean, Big was a huge part of my life, beside the whole, you know, being artist thing, you know, but he was my first true love. I mean, for sure. And, I mean, that's something, I think it was a blessing to even know him, let alone to have been able to be married to him and connect to him and to even extend his legacy and having his son. So no, that's not something I'll ever get tired of. There was a time earlier in my career that seemed to overshadow my actual talent. But I mean, that's not something I ever had to argue about. I don't think I would be here and making records and nobody would care about me if I was just a female who was married to
But you
him,
have a new
know?
situation, and does that bother your man at all?
I'm actually divorced. I was married for 14 years.
Damn, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you got divorced, boo.
She got the ring on today.
No. I've been divorced for about 3 years, but I was married for 14 years.
Did that ever bother him when you were married? Because I mean, it's gotta, you know, it's
I don't.
gotta
If
be
it
hard
did,
and
it was
difficult.
hard to tell because we. I mean, he pretty much raised CJ. You know, Todd was around CJ since he was a baby, and so that was never gonna go away. That connection in our lives. I mean, if it did bother him, he handled it, you know, pretty well. Because I mean, it didn't seem to bother him.
Now you have Keisha Cole on a new album.
Yes,
And that's our girl. We love.
No,
Keisha.
I'm on her new album.
Oh, you're on her new album.
I actually
on yours too.
No, she was on my first independent album. But I'm on her new album. I actually did some vocal arrangement and production and background vocals on about 7 songs. I don't know how many of them are actually on.
How did y'all get so tight?
Actually, Keisha, she reached out to me. I probably ran into her the first time at a hair shop in L.A. The girl who used to do my hair was doing her hair, and she gave me a record. And I think I had just finished that album. This was probably about 10 years ago, and by the time she first came out, and she just came at me like the homegirl and was talking and gave mad respect, and you know, she would hit me every once in a while and ask me a little advice. She actually asked me to executive produce one of her albums, and I had just found out I was pregnant with my 7-year-old. So I wasn't able to do it because I was actually trying to buy a house. I was like moving from Atlanta. It was just a lot going on. So I couldn't do it. But she always kept in touch, and every time we run into each other, we'll try and hang out. So this time when she reached out, I told her, I stopped working on my album and went in and did the stuff for her because I promised her I would do it from before.
Well, we really like Keisha Cole. Now I'm wondering, do you give her advice? Like, do y'all talk about personal things? Like, if she calls you, because you know, recently she ran up into Birdman's.
Oh yeah, I heard about
penthouse.
that.
And I was like, this is like a Faith story from back in the day,
Faith
right?
gotta look at her like, that used to be me back
If she
in the
was
day.
to call you and be like, I'm about to go over there right now.
Oh,
I know.
no. People don't, you know, I don't get those. She usually, typically, the times that she has asked my advice, it was on a business matter or how did you go, how was it at this situation?
Right.
You know, how was it working with this one or that one? You know, that
You know,
type
for
of
women,
stuff.
that's one of our favorite stories. You went over there, caught him with the next chick and was like bang bang and got back on the fight.
When I was doing those things, I definitely ain't asked no advice. I was like,
you ain't called nobody.
I called Cheryl. Can you come watch China?
Well, aren't you glad there was no Instagram or Twitter
I
back
just
then?
said that.
Can you imagine?
A Faith running up or something like that?
Listen,
She be on Twitter. I'm about to beat a bitch ass.
Oh, I just beat a bitch ass.
I think me and Misa both probably are like, yes, we dodged that bullet right there. Like,
Now, does it bother you when we had Kim up here a couple of days ago, and she was talking about her and Big having sex? And I'm sure it was a time when you guys were married, or maybe it wasn't. Does that ever bother you when you hear things like that, or stories like that, people talking about things like that, or no?
no.
No?
No, I mean, I know they was,
Right.
you know, getting it in. I mean, it bothered me probably when I first found out, just
Right.
because I didn't know anything about it.
Right.
But I mean, when Big
like
died,
common
all of that
knowledge now.
stuff to me was really,
Over.
you know, over. It was nothing to ever hold on to any grudges over him if he's not even here, you know.
So you would do a song with Lil' Kim?
I actually have tried to in the past.
And
I
what
would
happened?
if it was the right song for sure. But I mean, I think I reached out. I don't know how long ago it was. My ex-husband actually was trying to, you know, help make it happen. I think this was around the time she was dating Scott Storch, I think, or working with Scott Storch. So, but I don't really remember what happened. I don't know if I ever got the right record. I don't really know what happened, but you know.
So y'all spoke to each other personally, or was it just through different people?
No, I was through Scott, I believe. That's
Oh, okay.
how I talked to him about it, but I never particularly reached out to her. Last time I saw her actually was a few years ago at Puff's white party he had in L.A. This was maybe about 5 years ago, I want to say. And I congratulated her on her Dancing with the Stars. This was around that time.
That's
Okay.
so nice.
Yeah.
I like these.
But
stories.
she asked me who was I.
No, she did not.
Yeah, but I mean, you know. That's all
What?
it is. But that's the last time I saw her. But other than that, I mean,
no.
That's what happened.
Stop it, Faith.
That's crazy.
No.
Is
But
that
it's all
like you
good.
didn't do nothing wrong, though? You was the one. All
no,
right,
I
never
said
mind.
hi.
No,
to
I'm
her.
saying in general, like with the whole situation, you were married. Like, you know, it's not like you did anything. Well, okay. Let's move on past
She
that.
didn't say that. She said it to you. Who are you, your face?
She said, who is that?
Oh, no. See, she lucky the old Faith didn't turn back out. The old Faith would have been.
Did you identify yourself?
Did you
No,
identify yourself?
well, I think I said it's fake, but I just, you know, went the other way. Obviously, that was a moment.
Goodness
that she,
gracious.
you know,
Now, also, there was a lot of rumors. I guess your son had posted a picture, and it was saying that your son was gay. And what do you have to say to people that are all in your business? Because that's a tough one. When you talk about
That's
me,
your child.
it's different. When you talk about my son or my daughter, it's like, all right, enough's enough.
Well, I did respond to, I think it was Sandra Rose who posted that, and said eat 100.
Yes,
you know.
you did.
But you know, that was just
She
my
said,
initial
wait,
thing.
I didn't know.
I
What'd
told
you
her to
say?
eat 100.
Damn
But
Damn it.
that was just my initial, you know, like, you know what, beat it. But I mean,
Beat
it's
it.
funny because my kids laugh at stuff like that. They're my kids, and you know, they've been around this. All the stuff that's been said about me, you know, and they know me. They live with me. Like when they said I was a crackhead, I was in the carpool lane the next morning with them, still taking them to school. So you know, they know how it can be. But at the same time, they know who they are. So.
Right.
You know, he ain't tripping. He laughed at it, but he was laughing even more so recently because now it's still like, he's like, you know, now I'm about to get married, right? Like they said he proposed to his longtime boyfriend. And CJ's actually right now shooting a movie in Oakland. Right now, this is his third movie. Yay, CJ.
Wow.
And
Congratulations,
C's is
CJ.
up there kind of being his little chaperone. So yeah,
Okay.
shout out to C's
That's
and
dope.
CJ.
CJ still close. That's
Right.
dope.
And the album comes out October 28th.
November
I mean,
24th.
November 24th.
Incomparable.
Okay. It
I
was
think I may have-
originally.
yeah, it was. It was October 28th, but deadlines weren't going to be met for everything. So yeah.
I gotta ask. They
Is that
said
Black
you're a crackhead. I never heard this rumor of a crackhead.
I mean, I heard
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff,
Oh,
but you
you
know,
said
that was
crack.
one
I
of the
said-
things. Me and my ex-husband got arrested in Atlanta.
They had a little DUI.
And they said that, you know, it was everything from
Y'all was using
heroin to
cocaine.
coke to crack to
Damn it,
pipes
Faith,
to
you doing a lot.
paraphernalia.
And raising kids.
Well, you look good for
I mean,
a
listen.
crackhead.
Good, that's crazy.
whatever.
We didn't see none of that on R&B Divas.
But my kids definitely was laughing but they were young then, but it was just funny because they still were well aware of what was going on. And they were cracking up. They was like, dang, that's crazy how does, you know, people just say anything. But I was like, trust me, it gets worse.
Damn it, man. All right. Well, Faith, we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you guys for having me.
Now, tell them when the album's coming out one more time.
Incomparable, November 24th.
November 24th. You know, Rick Ross's album's coming out November 24th.
A lot
too.
of albums are coming out
That's
on
Black
that day.
Friday.
Actually, I don't know what the real description, but my album was supposed to be on the 25th, and we were told by my distributor that all releases on the 25th have been shifted to the 24th. So whatever.
Like, all right, I rock
It's
it.
like whatever you want to do. It's cool
I mean,
by
it's
me.
a great album. Anybody that is a Faith Evans fan would certainly love it. I think it's my best album to date, and yeah, it's awesome, incomparable.
And I think Faith has always made timeless music. Even if you go back to, your first album, second album, and
Thank
stuff
you.
that you could still rock today. So I say get this album, and if you haven't heard the old stuff, I know there's a lot of younger kids out right now that might not have heard the previous albums. I would definitely say go back and check it out too.
And my new single with Missy Elliott and Sharaya J is available on iTunes now. So yeah,
All right.
check that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Faith. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.